What up, family? Get a news reporter, Mary Dash 20 Mary Lee. Today is May the 2nd, 2022, in my city, Chicago. I'm located right now at a trap building, 6210 South Kenbark Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60637. I'm on the third floor, apartment 308, and I give my address and information out because I want people to know that, us Chicagoans back in the day were very friendly and hospitable to people and different nationalities, and kind of like an open door policy until people started taking advantage of us. I guess they thought we was a little too nice, and intruders and invaders decided to take advantage of that. I guess we let our guards down, so they thought, you know, you never know a person until, you live with them or allow them in your space. And of course, there's not a lot of good people left in the world that are willing, to do the right thing and give back what was so freely given to them. You know, you see them down and out, and got a lot of people acting like they homeless just to, take what you have from you. I want to talk about the Regal Theater on 79th in Stoney Island, right off of Stoney Island in my city, Chicago. It's been abandoned for some years now. And at one point in time, they was saying that Jay-Z was going to buy it and rehab it or whatever the case. They said somebody, I believe in 2014, purchased it. And it's like, how can you purchase something from somebody else and it's not yours? You know what I'm saying? Or the person who it belongs to didn't give you permission. It's like me being the originator of rap music. I have my rap shirt on with the legends, and as you can see, there's no Eminem on here. You know what I'm saying? There's no Marshall Bruce Matters III, no white people on this shirt. You have Biggie Smalls, Notorious Big, Ice Cube, Jay-Z, Tupac, and Nas. And then, of course, I'm the originator of rap music since the age of 8 in 1975. Now, back in the day, while people were going to school, me being awarded the state due to intruders breaking up my family and displacing me and having me I guess, be the heir of the throne, so to speak. Going from place to place, like I said, group homes, foster homes, insane asylums too, because they got to discredit you in order to rob you, right, and take your legacy. So that's a lot of stuff that I went through, but deep down in my spirit and soul, I always kind of felt like it was more to them doing that to me than them just doing it. For the simple fact, I'm not crazy. I'm drink, drugs, smoke, or fornicate. I'm a real decent person, and I try to live my life not only righteously, but, above the law. You understand what I'm saying? Because I have a higher calling, let's put it like that, and it revolves around my higher power, and that a lot of people no longer believe in. Satan down here just running Chicago like, it's a free fall. So, the Regal Theater. Back in the day, I used to be with this one Italian lady by the name of Donna Marie Evans, a.k.a. Cookie. And, she was, later on in life, she was a real estate agent and a banker. See, these historical buildings are going back to the banks because they're not going to the people who inherited them, the offsprings of the, ones who had something to do with it, Now imagine your parents left you something in a will. You would think somebody would send you some information and say, hey, come get this money, right? They're not doing that. And then you become somebody like myself, the originator of rap music, and then they don't acknowledge you, but they know about these guys right here. But because I am a girl, they feel as though I'm not worthy to wear the crown and sit on a throne or something. And that's why I've been getting, death threats constantly, and been raped by 5 guys, and I've been beat up by the police, and they people, gangbangers. I've been tased in my kidney. I've been poisoned 6 times. It's just ongoing, and I'm like, where's all this animosity coming from? And then I start thinking, maybe it has something to do with all this real estate and money that I've accumulated for damn sure, being the originator of rap music, but I've never had a day at the spa, real vacation, or a new car. So you see where this is going. So when I met Donna Marie Evans, and who was 9 years my, senior, she was I was 18 and she was 27. My mother, Mary Lee Wright, was born in 1927, and the Regal Theater was built in 1927. And those old buildings are architectural work. They were made with real, masonry, things of that nature. I'm not into, all that building stuff, but I know money when I smell it and see it. Now, my ex-girlfriend, Donna Marie Evans, whom I befriended with no advancement from me, she just one day tapped me on a King Drive bus when I was 18 years old and sitting next to my so-called niece, Juanita Nelson, and gave me her phone number. Donna Marie Evans did. And I took it and I called her, and, we were together for about 11 years. A lot of chaos and confusion, trying to, discredit me pretty much. And, I saw through that, and I kept fighting and fighting. You got to keep fighting, because, when they want you, they come and they keep coming and keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. And that's what they've been doing. I'll be 55 years old, May 25th of this year, 2022. But I was born in 1967. And I'm catching more hell now than I ever have without a girlfriend. Imagine that. Yes, I was a lesbian once upon a time, but they only came into my life to infiltrate me and try to figure out, what I was thinking and writing, because, mind is a terrible thing to waste, right? Long story short, when they start figuring out, I start figuring out what they was about. Now I don't have no family friends of Mary McNamara's. It's got a lot of opportunistic people in my life. Just waiting to see if I'm going to die so they can, finish taking over or whatever and stuff. Now, if you are a person that grew up with me around my age, you understand what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you are entitled to a lot of stuff. So when you start selling out, you know what I mean, you shortchange yourself. And that's why I was trying to get people to stand up. You understand? For me this time, because I got everybody, to motivate themselves enough to, know that they're worth something, their value. You understand what I'm saying? But when it came time for me, they didn't acknowledge that. And if I die, we all die. What part you understand? It's a new generation and a whole bunch of new intruders and invaders. And, if you don't value me, they definitely don't value you, because they was looking at me. You understand what I'm saying? And they would have, giving y'all everything that y'all was supposed to get, but y'all didn't know your worth. You just accepted what you earned, but you were more valuable than that. I thought in 1995, when I said just give me $2 million tax free, when I gave my story to Oprah Winfrey, that that's all I was worth. I'm glad she didn't give it to me, because now I know I'm worth at least a zillion or more. I'm priceless. Let's put it like that. Now the Oprah Winfrey Show is no longer in Chicago, on Carpenter Street. It was downtown almost, right off of HURST, not too far. And they have torn that down. And when I was homeless, they made me homeless. I would go and make sure that it stayed up. But because Oprah wasn't thinking about the big picture, you understand what I'm saying? The historical landmarks, you understand what I'm saying? They tore it down, So the Regal Theater on 79th You know, it means a lot to me because, you know, when I went to the theater, I saw Patti LaBelle performing, and something told me to get up and give Patti LaBelle a rose. You understand what I'm saying? Because I needed people to remember, you know, who I am, because I knew it was going to be something big in the future. Now, I was just in my 20s at the time. I didn't realize, you know, the importance of all this, but I do now. Another time, this young girl, you know, she was singing Lisa Fisher, How Can I Ease the Pain? And something told me to get up, you know, and give her some money. And it seemed like everybody felt my pain because a lot of people, young teenagers or, you know, it was young people in their 20s or whatever, got up and gave the girl some money. You understand what I'm saying? Now, one person can make a difference and influence people. Now, I didn't know them people, but they did what they did, right? Long story short, another time I went to the Regal Theater, that is now closed, on 79th, right off of Stoney Island. You know, they had some pump it up gym shoes they was trying to give away. And they said, whoever look under their seat and find a number, and they read off a number, win, you know, a pair of pump it up gym shoes. Now, at the time, it was about $100. And I had one, but they wanted to see my ID. And I was like, well, why would you want to see my ID? You understand what I'm saying? You know, but not only that, I was a little ashamed of myself because Donna Marie Evans was trying to play me off as a guy because of her son, but it had nothing to do with her son. It had something to do with her trying to build that, trying to break down my image and give me low self-esteem. So I was kind of ashamed, so I didn't want to show my ID, so nobody got them shoes. Let's put it like that. And then in 2016, on Mother's Day, May 8th, I was homeless at the Mustard Seed AA meeting on North Avenue in my city, Chicago. And, you know, they railroaded me out of that because it all has something to do with a family business, right? A lot of money, a lot of money. Next thing I know, I'm at the 1st District Police Station in my city, Chicago, and, you know, they wrote Mary Davis on the paperwork for trespassing. You can't trespass at an AA meeting. It's open to the public. It's like going to Walmart, you know what I'm saying, or a grocery store. But, you know, they just needed an excuse, right? Try to railroad me. I said, excuse me, my name is Mary Lee Davis. It's not Mary Davis. I wasn't being facetious, smart, or ignorant. And that's all it took for them to have me sleeping on the police station floor, a cell with no toilet, no bed, no sink, no nothing. What I'm trying to say is I'm priceless. And people need to find out what they're worth because they're killing us off one at a time. And if I go, we all go. That's the honest to God's truth. The most I've had in my life is about $25,000 at one time. And I invested it in the new generation because I knew they was going to start taking a lot of stuff from us, like movies. You know, when they was in school, as a little person, I was at the Regal, what was it called? It was a movie theater on Cottage Grove. I don't know if it was called the Regal. But yeah, I used to go to movies while they was in school. So, you know, I barely got my GED, but I have a business mind, you know, that's out of this world. And I know when people got their hands, you know, in my pocket, and I know when people trying to kill me. Chicago is my native land, and of course, if they get rid of me, they get what? Everything. You know what I'm saying? Look, we need these kids back in these theaters and culture and, you know, off the streets because drugs have taken over city Chicago. And, you know, they designed that because I had it all mapped out. And then they railroaded me when I gave my book, Rhymes, Poems, and Metaphors plus One Song Away. And a white guy told me, when I was giving him my book, he said, this is hurting me. I was like, what this got to do with you? You know, my book consisted of child abuse, me going through child abuse. It was a success story. If you found the book or if you have it, you know. Keep passing it on because that's what's saving us. Okay? For real. Don't let them bury me and the truth because once they do that, they're going to bury you too. I hope you understand what I just said. Don't let them bury me and the truth because when they do, they're going to bury you too. Okay? So, Hispanics are next up and they trying their best to take everything. Why? Because they have a lot of children to feed. And while they was killing off people that look like me, so-called drive-by shootings and this, that, and coronavirus, you understand what I'm saying? Stuff that wasn't happening like in the 80s and the 90s as bad as it is now in 2022. Yeah. It's a reason behind everything. So I'm going to put a lot of the information pertaining to the Regal Theater, and also it was on King Drive back in the day around Martin Luther King and all that. See, books, movies are corrupt. Suicide is way up. A gift from God and surprise to kill you. I am the manifestation of the Martin Luther King dream. All he was doing was dreaming. We put the work in. His ass ran away, him and his people. And now they trying to come from behind and reap the benefits that we, accumulated. So the little billions they gave to Oprah Winfrey evidently wasn't nothing because they tore her building down like it wasn't nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So they did her. They pretty much discredited her. And by me giving her my child abuse rap in 1984 at the age of 17, and then 3 cassette tapes with the Martin Luther King dream speech on, one of them or whatever, to her in 1995, and then putting me in the psych ward in 1995. It was all, a snowball effect. Long story short, I wasn't drinking, drugging, smoking, or fornicating in 1995 when they railroaded me. I'm not drinking, drugging, smoking, and fornicating now, and they still trying to railroad me. They gave me cancer in 2016, the day after Mother's Day on May 9th of 2016. You understand what I'm saying? So on and off for 6 months, they have done me dirty and they left me for dead. And I say, if anything happens to me, the whole world, it's over. That's how much faith I have now. Whether you believe in God, higher power, whatever the case may be, that's your story. But I'm telling you what God loves is the truth. I'm the originator of rap music since the age of 8, 1975, and I have seen nothing. Okay? Look at the movie What's Love Got to Do with It? And it's pretty much, a lot of stuff is loosely based around me. You'd be surprised. You know what I'm saying? I'm more surprised than you are. Now, you would have thought after 1995, after they put me on a psych ward and I got out, and they forced me to sign some paperwork in 1995 under distress at Hines, Illinois at Madden Psych Ward. And they said, you're not going to be able to get out unless you sign this paperwork. So, I signed it, but I didn't know what day it was, but I wrote Snowy on the documentation. I've proven that. They don't care. It's like, back in the day, they say it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. I done proved so much. I'm your ghetto news reporter also. I came up with that. You understand what I'm saying? I came up with the spelling of Chicago, Shecargo, because, I'm a genius, I guess, but I lack a lot of information too. And that's what's probably killing me. But in the end, it's going to kill us all because, what you don't know will kill you, and what I know will kill me. So either way, we all dead, right? I'm just trying to get you to think, that's all. So what I usually do, I break these balls and stuff to see what drop, and then I flip the Bible to see, what my higher power has to say to me for you to understand it, why I do what I do. And hopefully all this will just, come together, you understand what I'm saying, like gumbo, and people will get back to being some real patriots and, humanitarians, and in the long run, we can all just laugh about this. But if I die, we all die. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. Real talk. And there's a lot of men in this building that harass me on a daily because they're part of the problem. You know what I mean? But hopefully one day they'll get their shit together too. Father's Day fall on June 19th. My ex-girlfriend, Donna Marie Evans' birthday. Nothing happens in this world by mistake. I posted my first ever YouTube video, Mary Mack versus the Fat Black Oprah Winfrey, November of 2007. And I wrote her a letter on Father's Day, but that was not the plan. You know, I should be an honorary father because I am the mother of civilization, and you know, I don't get enough credit for all the stuff that I have done. And we're not dreaming. This is reality for real, real talk. So I got to the right the white ball. We're not dying without him. Got the number 1, the number 7, and the 9 ball. Now, what's that? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I was 17 years old when I gave Oprah Winfrey my child abuse rap in 1984. My youngest niece, Dion Nelson, light bright, damn near white, who they finessed because she didn't know any better and she was naive and I was naive, and you know, it's like the blind leading the blind. I read it to her, you know, first, and then I took it to a mall and I put my vocals into a cassette tape. It was like a little studio at the mall. I believe it was Evergreen Plaza or Ford City in my city, Chicago. And they had like a little studio in the mall, and they said, yeah, come on in, you know, and I wanted to hear how I sounded, and I did my child abuse rap acapellically, and then I gave it to Oprah Winfrey with some math problems because my youngest niece helped me with my division, and I was happy and glad that I was able to learn, and I got 100 on it because of my youngest niece, and I sent some paperwork to Oprah in 1984 at the age of 17. So there go to 7, there go to 1, and there go to 9. Okay, real talk. So my sobriety is 1997. You can look at it like that. December 1997. I have 25 years of sobriety this year. 7 and 1 is 8. I am the originator of rap music. And 9 and 1 is 10. They don't call it 10 City for nothing. Okay? Everything's based on 10. The talented 10. If y'all are older people, you know about the talented 10, don't you? Yeah, so let's do this. There's no writing on this one. This is on page 920. If you drop that 0 and come back from behind, that's what? 29. Oprah Winfrey was what? Born January 29th. Now this is 11, Luke chapter 11. But right here, 2 and 4 is what? 24. This is 24, so 2 and 4 is what? 6. I was in the Chicago Sun-Times newspaper at the age of 6 in 1973. Part of the Regal Theater information has something to do with 1973 also. So if this is 10 right here. So if I flip it right here. Now let's read 38. It says, now it came to pass as they went that he entered into a certain village. Chicago is nothing but a village. And a certain woman named Martha, remember, here go my name right here. Now I ain't even got to cheat you to beat you. Received him into her house. This verse 39. And she had a sister called Mary, which also sat at Jesus' feet and heard his word. You heard me? Now, everything is 10. This is part 10 right here. You understand what I'm saying? All you got to do is 1919. They try to take 19 years of sobriety from me in 2016. And if you flip this, you got 616. That's Tupac birthday. He's a Gemini also. But he's the one holding the gun. And it looked like a 38. Where you at? Where you at, Tupac? Right there. Hold on. There you go, right there. You see him with the gun? Look like a 38, don't it? Don't shit on me and say it's raining. With that, this will get a news reporter in the dash 20 Mary Lee. Peace.